And whoa, look at Magoo. Magoo streaks into the...
Thorpe's got basketballs. They lock handlebars as they go through, but Thorpe's done.
Here comes Bradshaw to the outside of Bale. He takes over the number 2 position, and Bradshaw is not done.
Now they go, and they're off the gate. We'll look for the man who gets the whole shot coming out of that turn. And it's going to be a surprise leader. Number 23, Marty Moats from down the road in San Diego, an American who this side of the graphic. Now out on the course, Marty Moats from down the road in San Diego has opened up a big lead on the European princes of this sport who are trailing behind him, and that will be screaming for Marty Moats.
This is amazing. This young man is only a privateer. He's not backed by a factory. And there he is out in front of the best riders in the world. It's absolutely amazing. It obviously, in my view, can't last.
On only a few occasions in the past have Americans led here at Carlsbad. Lackey has led for a while. Gary Sinnott years ago. A man named Jim Pomeroy became the first American ever to win a moto here a few years ago. Front straight to complete his first full tour around the Carlsbad Raceway course. Listen to the roar as he comes by the start-finish line. So we're into the first moto at Carlsbad with an American leading, but with the Europeans chasing him. Back in 7th place, while the leader remains this young man, number 23, Marty Moats. Not a regular competitor on the World Grand Prix circuit. Rather, like many Americans, one who only enters here at Carlsbad. So in his only chance to race against the European stars of World Grand Prix circuit, Moats is leading right now over number 3, Håkan Karlqvist of Sweden, who's in 2nd place. Here at Carlsbad, and now in his last appearance here, his bad racing luck continues to dog him. Meanwhile, out on the course, Marty Moats continues to hold the lead, but Håkan Karlqvist of Sweden has sliced what was once a sizable lead into a razor-thin margin of less than 2 seconds. And now at this point, Jeff Smith, Moats certainly feels Karlqvist's presence behind him.
Absolutely. No doubt his signalers have been telling him that Karlqvist is closing up, and now he's really feeling the pressure because he can hear him, and from time to time actually see him.
Oh, there goes Marty Moats, straight off of the course. You see him falling down next to the fence there. A momentary loss of concentration, and that has cost him the lead. He's back out there racing, but now this man is the leader. Number 3, Håkan Karlqvist, a year ago, world champion on 250cc bikes. This year moving up to 500 cc's, and 4th in the standings behind Maller, Blackie, and Brett Romans coming into this race. But right behind him and chasing him very heatedly in 2nd place is another young American. Number 16 is Danny Laporte, 23 years old from Sun Valley, Idaho, a bigger name here in the States than Marty Moats. And the crowd is now coming alive for both Laporte and for Marty Moats, who's back up and in 3rd place within hailing distance of the leader.
That's astonishing. Moats is really moving around this circuit. Laporte is certainly an excellent rider, but I must say I'm beginning to be very impressed by Moats.
So Karlqvist holds the lead at the top of the Carlsbad Freeway and coming onto the downhill, the most difficult part of the course, the equivalent of an 11-story drop to the bottom of this hill, then the hard left turn back up the short hill. Laporte you see standing up on his bike, Karlqvist up on his bike as he makes the left turn. Moats is still within hailing distance right behind him.
I'm sure that Karlqvist is totally unused to this kind of aggression. By this stage of most races, he would expect to be well clear.
Look at Laporte. There he goes, Jeff Smith. Danny Laporte, I believe, has moved past Håkan Karlqvist. We'll know in a moment. Yes, Danny Laporte has become the 2nd young American to lead in this first moto as he's taken the lead away from Håkan Karlqvist. And now Karlqvist may have a problem holding 2nd place against Marty Moats. You see them coming over Devil's Drop. They bump against one another, but Moats comes out in 2nd place. So now there are 2 young Americans at the front of the pack. Oh, how times have changed in Grand Prix racing. The bikes have changed too, as Jeff Smith will tell us. In the United States, represented by the 2 men in the lead, 16 Danny Laporte, 23 Marty Moats. There goes Laporte off the side of the track. A temporary loss of control, and suddenly Marty Moats, who led throughout the first half of this moto, is back in the lead again. So Moats takes advantage of the slight. They came to cheer for Lackey. They're cheering now for Marty Moats. He has a hand in the air already, and now he'll look for the checkered flag. There it is. Pulls off the goggles, throws them into the crowd. over Håkan Carlsbad of Sweden. The question now, can Moats do it again? There he is, to the right of your screen, on the inside as he comes off the line, looking for the whole shot to give him the lead in the second moto, and it looks as though he's going to have it. Marty Moats, for the second consecutive time, has come off the line first and taken the lead as they go out onto the course. And there you see the rest of the field coming around the turn and onto the course behind him. But the big story now continues for 23-year-old Marty Moats in San Diego. The crowd goes absolutely wild as they see him in the lead. Behind him, Rex Staten, number 20 of the United States, with the American flag on his helmet. And then Jean-Jacques Bruno of France, number 7, is in third place. Fourth place at this moment appears to belong to number 18, that is Gary Semix of the United States. And in fifth place, it is Håkan Carlsbad of Sweden, who has moved up once again to challenge for the lead. Marty Smith is in sixth place. Brad Lackey is in seventh. But what a tremendous start for Marty.
His way to the front of the race. He's only 2 places from the front. There's no doubt in my mind that he's going to go for the big win in this race. But of course, this young man is doing remarkably well.
Marty Moats still in the lead, Bruno in second place. The United States Grand Prix is the 8th race on a 12-race circuit for the World Championship. Coming into this event, Lackey was 17 World Championship points behind Mallard. He picked up 5 points in the first moto when Mallard did not finish and Lackey finished 6th. So if he can win this moto and pick up 15 points, he would move into the lead in the world standings with but 4 events left to go. That's the big story which lies ahead of Brad Lackey. The immediate story involves Marty Moats, the man whom both Lackey and Jean-Jacques Bruno, the second-place rider, are now chasing. And Jeff Smith, they have a huge margin to make up.
That's true, but it's very early in the race. And Lackey, of course, is very experienced. He understands the game. And the game is, of course, to be in front at the end of the race, not at the beginning or in the middle.
It's a sport in which conserving the machine is really paramount because there are so many little things that can go wrong, but one thing that's just gone right for Brad Lackey is that he passed Jean-Jacques Bruno at the bottom of the Carlsbad freeway. You look at Moats, who's still well out in front, but back behind him, a challenge may be brewing. Lackey went around Bruno on the inside at the bottom of the freeway. Jeff Smith, how'd he do it?
Well, here you see them both following the same line. Lackey accelerates, crosses to the inside. Bruno is going to take the outside, the extreme, and usually the fastest, but now Lackey is on his inside. Bruno has to brake at that point.
That has moved Lackey into second place, and you see how rapidly he has made up much of the margin by which he trailed Marty Moats. And now suddenly we do have a 2-man American battle at the front of the second moto. 1,000 to turn out for motocross events in Europe. But this victory for Marty Moats is certainly going to do a great deal for the sport here in the United States.
It surely is. And the feeling that he's experiencing right now must be wonderful.
For the second time today, the checker